weekly live question and answer event, live and dirty at 5:30. So welcome everybody. Hopefully we get some new people. I know we had a few people waiting, so thanks for tuning in early. You'll have to let us know what you think of the audio. We got new microphones because we've been having some issues with some of the audio when we were filming, so I went ahead and upgraded us to some new DJI wireless mics. And from what I can tell, the audio sounds a lot better, so you guys will have to let us know. Either live while you're watching, or if you miss the live and you catch it in a repeat, just drop down in the comment section. Let us know if you think the audio sounds better, worse, or you can't tell the difference. We're always trying to improve. So welcome. We got a couple people watching.
Yeah.
Cool. So before we head out to the shop, tomorrow is our September garage night. So hopefully we'll see a few of you guys here. There seems to be a lot of talk about it on Facebook and Instagram. So maybe we'll have one of the biggest ones yet. Sometimes we get nobody, sometimes a couple, and then other times we've had 40 or 50 people. So we try to do the garage nights every first Friday of the month that we're in town. That's usually the only thing that keeps us from doing one, is if we're out of town racing, or in November, we'll just be getting back from Australia, so I won't be able to be doing one in November. So we will have September's tomorrow, and then we'll have October's, and then December. So keep that in mind.
We have a couple people here. Tony. Hey, Tony.
Yeah,
Don
welcome.
Key says good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
And Fabit says happy evening.
Yeah, happy evening.
Yeah.
Again, let us know what you guys think of the audio. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better. Always trying to improve. So
Yeah. We got Gabe is here, and Dennis is here, and Ray Cole Jr. is here.
Great.
So we got all our usual suspects.
Yeah, usual suspects. So we got the office all cleaned up.
Yeah.
Everything's nice and clean for tomorrow.
Once.
Yeah.
Do a quick pan.
Yeah, for you guys that have been here, just little upgrades and stuff like cleaning. And I've been wanting to get these glass sheets for a while to put on top of the display cases to protect some of the magazines and blueprints and stuff I have laying around. So I've been wanting to do it for a couple of years. So I finally did it this week. So just to help keep things looking a lot nicer. But yeah, everything's all cleaned up, nice and tidy in here. And we can head out to the shop and show you some of the stuff that I've been working on.
Let's stop here and show this glass if I can.
Yep.
It's so shiny, I get a nice glare on it still.
Yeah, hopefully it'll just be easier to keep things clean too with all the dust.
Awesome. Don said this, it sounds good.
Good.
So.
Yep, so the holiday kind of threw a wrench into things. I had hoped to get more work done, but I got sidetracked with it being Labor Day on Monday. So I'm just a little bit behind on where I wanted to be. But on the Mustang, we talked about modifying both wheel wells. I got both wheel wells done to the same level. The passenger side is in, the driver side is not in, but it's ready to get clecoed back in place. Got our 33-34 3-window roof insert done and shipped out. Our Model A roof insert is all cut, labeled out. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow. I got some 1.5-inch tube brought in to work on the Indy Roadster. So that's going to be on my goal for tomorrow as well. So this project, it's a Watson Tribute car, and it's been damaged a couple times. You know, just being a race car, things get damaged. And some of the previous work that was done to it, I can't figure out why they did it this way. But instead of just cutting this tube off and putting a new tube in, they spliced it in here, and then they put washers on it to support it. So I don't know why they did that. The tube's not straight anymore, and they did it on 4 tubes. So I'm just gonna cut this off and put new straight tubes across. It'll look a lot better. It'll be a way better repair, and I just don't understand why they did it that way. So we're gonna do that probably starting tomorrow.
Did you have to take the body off and disassemble this? Or?
I disassembled part of it. The client, he brought it mostly disassembled. We had to pull the firewall, engine, transmission, and some other small stuff. But those are going to be the biggest things I'm going to do. And like some of the previous work when it was damaged, they put the steering box mount in upside down. So there's an adapter plate to make it work, which I don't know why they did that.
I was asking because I was wondering if it was like an accessibility type issue. They didn't want to strip the car down that much.
I don't know. It's weird. And it's kind of, the car's not completely square anymore. So once I get these bars cut out, we'll pull it back on the fixture and get it into place. So we got to get the chassis figured out first. And then I'm going to come through and I'm going to replace all of the hardware. They used coarse thread, just run-of-the-mill hardware. So all the suspension and steering components will be changed over to grip length, fine thread, get all of that stuff corrected, make sure that we can get enough caster adjustability in it, because I think when I put 10 degrees in it, it was the most we could get. So I want to be able to set that at 10 and be able to get a little bit more if we need it and take some of that out. So I'll get all of that stuff able to be adjusted.
Don is asking if it's a chromoly chassis.
Yeah, it's a 4130 chassis. Yeah, so it is what it is. And it's been patched together a couple times. So usually when I do this kind of stuff on 4130, I would like to send the whole chassis out and have it normalized after all the welding process is done. But with this one, if we send it out and have it normalized and then be repowder coated, it'll change again. So for what we're doing, I'm not going to do the normal normalization thing just because it's going to powder coat and it will be sitting in an oven. So that'll help normalize everything out. So then some suspension stuff. I'm hoping to get, talk to a guy that's got a donor engine and transmission I can use for mock-up. Hopefully I'll have an answer on when I can get that tomorrow. Maybe get it next week and we can start the engine and transmission going in. So it's about where we are on this one. So
no one's asked it, but I would like to, I think you should talk about the lines and your numbering on your...
Yeah, so we do have a bunch of videos on that. Here, we'll lay it on the table. So I'll go into a lot more depth in the videos where I make a lot of roof inserts. But I grid everything out. And mainly it's just to help me keep organized and remember where I am. So when I'm shaping this roof insert, I'll start in the middle and I'll hammer all the way across and back up, and then I'll jump out to 1, repeat that process, then jump out to 2, all the way across our entire grid pattern. That way, by the time we get to 6, we will have gone over the center 7 times, and number 6 will be 1. And that'll help build us that shape a lot faster than just kind of going at it willy-nilly and I'll put a little shape here. And you could chase a low spot doing that way. I think with a grid pattern, it's easier to stay focused, consistent, and you'll see that center rise up evenly. So that's why I grid everything out, and it's always the same. And one thing I did, instead of manually having to lay this out every time, just measure it and then lay it out with a tape measure and then grid it, I've made these cheat sheets. And we've got a stack of them. So they're all different roof inserts, but I did the measuring one time. This is the back side. So I laid it out once, and then I punched holes everywhere our grid is, so I can lay this on. It's already oversized, and it's just a really good, solid pattern.
So those are like the points, and then you can just take a straight edge and...
Yep, connect the dots. And here it's all labeled out. Model A 3031 as is. If we do it as a 2829, add 2 inches to the front and 3/4 everywhere else. And we did that in 2024. So everything gets labeled and kept for future use.
That was pretty smart.
Yeah. So just makes it way faster. It probably saves an hour doing it that way. Any questions yet so far? Or?
No.
No? Everybody's nice and quiet?
I know. We must be pretty entertaining on our own, which is probably.
Yeah, kind of mind-boggling.
I know.
Yeah.
I always get surprised. People care about what
Yeah, and then,
you think.
so that's where we are with Indy Roadster. I guess that answered your questions on the roof insert.
Yeah, yeah. Someone said, awesome sauce.
Yep, and then I got, these are 69 F100 frame rails, so that's what these two are. And then I have a 64 to 69 Mustang Coupe frame rail kit that I have to do, so that's here. That might be Saturday or Sunday that I bend that stuff up. And then I got an order from one of our production companies that do a lot of Bronco rails, so I've got a big order of that. But those are 2x4 188 wall, so I have to order that material, and since I can source it locally, I usually don't keep a lot of it in stock, just due to the fact that it's big, it's heavy, and if I can get it within a couple days, I don't mind so much.
Don wants to know what the roof on the ground is for.
The roof on the ground, so this is a 35-36 5-window coupe Ford. I bought it just to be able to make the roof buck. So I shaped up a roof skin, made sure I liked how it flowed, and then I could use that to help build the buck. So here's the majority of the buck. I still have to come through and put the edge banding on it and come back and put our access holes through it. So I'll come through, wrap the edges, and then drill holes just like our normal ones, but that's what I used this for, was just to be able to make an accurate buck. And I've got a guy interested in buying the roof for a project he's working on, so hopefully soon it gets picked up.
And then Outshine Copper wants to know, do you use wax on your grinding pads when grinding aluminum?
Yes. I don't remember what kind of wax it is. It's beeswax, but I don't remember the manufacturer. I found it on Amazon, and it comes in these 12-inch sticks. It's like in cardboard tubes.
Oh, hold on.
Yep. So it's just beeswax, and nice and cheap on Amazon. I think I bought a 5-pack of it in like 2016, and I still have plenty of it. So yep, I always use wax when grinding aluminum. Same thing with any kind of cutting, like even if you're using an air body saw, I'll put some on the blade. If I'm cutting a bunch of aluminum on the vertical bandsaw, I'll put some wax on there. It just helps keep from getting aluminum buildup and not being able to cut anymore.
It's a funny one.
Yeah?
Sorry, I was reading the comment. Artman said he had one of your Facebook fans tell him how he has soft hands because he doesn't put in 85 hours in a week like he does at his job.
Yeah.
Learning your line about live to work, or work to live, not live to work.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah, those Facebook fans, they're something.
Yeah. JRU says, love to watch you work on projects. You said you had to make frame rails for a Mustang Coupe. Are you going to show that?
I mean, we can. I don't know if I've done a video on the Mustang kit. It's pretty much the same rails that are underneath this car. I've done a handful of the kits. It's just a front frame stub. This one's a little bit more complicated if you want to come around this way.
Yeah.
Just because it's a customer car, I can fit and trim everything how I want. But it's just the main frame rails that come back, and then you've got the outriggers that go up and tie into the rocker boxes. The cross member's a little more fancy than what comes in the kit. Usually it's just a straight bar across with a round hoop, and then 2 rear kick-up rails. So, I mean, I could do a bending video on it, but it's just more bending. So I don't mind doing them. I just feel that anytime we do a bending video, it's, hey, look, another bending video, and it's the exact same thing, just for a different car.
I think that was helpful, though. He said, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll just see on the inside, probably.
Yeah, so it's not like a direct fit kit, just because on a Mustang, the front rails sub rails come back down, and then they kick over, and then they stop, and then the back rails pick up in a different spot. So you have to do some floor modification, but I find that's the best way to put in a full tube chassis. And the way I do it, with it not being continuous rails, if you want to mini tub the back, you can scoot those rails in, or if you want to do a big tub, you can scoot them in even farther. So it gives you a lot of
options.
Yeah, a lot of options, and you can change it to fit your needs. That way you're not stuck with what I've completely designed. but it gets you a nice kick up over the rear end, so you can run coilovers, you can sit super low. Everything's nice and adjustable.
So it's like a custom kit without you having to customize everything. Like
Exactly.
They can do what they
Yeah,
like.
it's like a universal custom kit, and then
Yeah.
you can change some stuff on your end, just sliding things in and out. Makes it pretty simple. Like I said, we've sold a few of those kits, and everybody seems to like them.
Yeah, Gabe wants to know if you have any new work on the Model A.
Nope, that's next week. I'm going to try to get the passenger side quarter panel done.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of where we are with it. But yeah, next week I'm going to try to hit it hard. I'm trying to play catch up from being gone all summer and trying to get a little bit ahead since the Australia trip is coming up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's only a few weeks away at this point.
Yeah.
And with that, we are hopefully going to send. What you got?
I got tons of questions if you.
Okay, I'll just do this real quick.
Okay.
But if you guys are watching from Australia and you're taking the class and you want, say, a t-shirt or a tool, something like that, like I am going to bring some shirts, some tools, that kind of stuff. But if there's something special you want, make sure to shoot me an email or a message. Get a hold of me somehow so I can make sure to get one for you, packaged up, sent over with your name on it. Because we'll only have a limited supply. Like I can't bring 100 of everything. So if you're watching in Australia, you're going to be there or want to meet up and get something firsthand, let me know so I can make sure to set it aside for you.
Yeah.
So, Jamie's questions.
Yes. So, MC1984 said, "Hey, thanks for the live stream." Ray Cole Jr. said, "The tucking fork on the side of the power hammer. Did you make it?"
I did not. So it's on the side of the wheeling machine, and it came from Hoosier Profiles. I don't know if they make them anymore. A buddy of mine had it, and I bought it off of him. That was probably 10 years ago. Yep. So Hoosier Patterns made it, and just mounted it to the side of the wheeling machine.
How much are your kits for the Mustang?
I'd have to look. Give me a second. I can look online while Jamie asks a different question.
Okay. What is the thickness and type of filler rod you use for TIG welding for .063 aluminum sheet?
Aluminum, I'll just use, what was the question? Can you repeat it? I can't multitask.
I know. Thickness and type of filler rod for...
So if I'm doing aluminum sheet metal, I will use an 1100 rod. It's a little bit softer than the parent material, so it hammers and dollies really nice and stretches back out. But it will leave us, if you're going to polish it, it'll leave a slightly different color. And it's just 0.65 diameter. It's hard to find smaller diameter TIG rod like I use in the like with the steel sheet metal, where I can get an 030 filler. So I just stick with the 16th inch filler. And the key to that little inside baseball is weld one side of it, flip it over, clean it, and fuse that backside shut. You'll get a little bit of a oxidation line. You'll see it, just a little faint line, even with 110% penetration. There'll just be a little faint black line in it. That's going to be a stress riser. So you'll want to fuse that line shut, and that'll prevent any cracking when you hammer and dolly that seam back out. So I figured that out the hard way. So 64.5 to 68 Universal Mustang frame rail kits are $2,400 plus tax and freight. So, yeah, sorry it took me a second.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
Jeremy Green is here and says Amazon has those beeswax blocks. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah.
And then Gabe Schaefer wants to know if you'll be stopping by Bennett's Custom while you're down there.
I don't think so, because he's on the western side of the country, and they've got me so booked up in Sydney, I only get about a day to myself. So I really don't have time to take a 4-hour flight across the country and then do what I need to do and get back. Yeah. So I'm pretty much just going to hang out in and around Sydney.
Yeah. Caden says, are you going to World Finals?
Nope, not going to World Finals. This weekend is USFRA, so obviously I'm not going to make it to that. And then World Finals is what, next week, week after? I just don't have enough time.
And you've got a class in a couple...
Yeah, I got a class in 2 weeks, the 19th and the 20th.
Yeah, I think that one's sold out.
Yep, that one is sold out.
We are playing with dates for next year.
Yeah.
we're
Well,
working
since
on
you guys are here, I might as well give you the dates we're planning for. We can pull that up.
Yeah, they won't be set in stone until we put them on the site.
Yeah.
But
But this will give you guys a
most
little bit of
likely.
advance notice to where you can start planning
vacation.
yeah, vacation, or just be like, hey, that deal kind of works, and if you want to look forward to it. So these are just the intro style classes. I do have a couple dates I'm planning for the advanced metal shaping class. So the intro 101 style class, February 13th and 14th, and we will have guest metal shaper Nick Colgero. I'm sure he's going to yell at me for butchering his name, but Catskill Metal Shaping. He's going to come down and assist, so that one will be a little bit bigger than normal, just having another instructor. And then we're going to do March 17th and 18th, April 17th and 18th, June 19th and 20th, July 17th and 18th, September 18th and 19th, and December 4th and 5th. So those are all the intro ones that we're planning for, and just making sure it doesn't interfere with anything else we have going on. And then our advanced 102 style class, which is a Saturday and Sunday, you have to take the first course first. So if you've taken the 101 class, you're eligible to take the 102 class. And we're planning on doing those March 17th and 18th and July 10th and 11th. So the plan with the 102 class, we will pull the Daytona buck out of the shipping container and we will have it up here and we'll make panels on the Daytona. So it'll be way more involved, bigger panels. And the reason I make you take the intro class first is so we're all on the same page. You have a basic understanding how the shop works, where things are, and what tools we're going to be using. And it'll be a lot more just work, not demos, not paper patterns. We're going to work together in a smaller group and try to achieve a panel.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe we say it now too, but you do private classes. If someone
Yep,
would
yeah,
want
we do private classes. We have one of those in November. So if you and a group of buddies want to take a private class, we can set that up as well. But I really wanted to make sure there's been so much interest in the 101 intro style classes. That's why we added so many more extra dates. Give you guys the flexibility to get in one, and if nobody signs up for one, we'll just bypass it. But it gives you guys a lot more flexibility to be able to attend a class, because I think all of them this year have been sold out kind of as we go. So I want to give you guys as many opportunities to get in a class as you can.
Yeah. So JRE said thank you, and then Jeremy is trying to get more people to give thumbs up. So thank you, Jeremy, for rooting for us.
Yeah, Jeremy is the guy that did the voiceover on one of the GT videos,
Yeah.
and he said that he did a video on the shrinking disc. He picked one up last week, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit ago about doing our Patreon too, getting that started back up. So we're thinking about if you guys like the podcast, doing the podcast on Patreon only. So something else we're working on. So keep that in mind as well.
We've got a couple more. Restoration Revival said they made it this week, and how long do we have left? Probably another 20 minutes, so you're good.
Yeah.
You got a minute.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Outshine Copper also said, would it still be advisable to weld both sides of an aluminum joint even if it's an art piece and not on a car?
Yes, it depends. Like if you're just going to weld it and leave it alone, it's fine. But if you're going to hammer and dolly that panel out to try to get that seam completely back flat, you're going to want to fuse that backside shut, because that being a stress riser, as soon as you start hammering and dollying on it, it's going to be prone to cracking. So it's just always a good idea, if you're going to hammer and dolly on the weld seam on aluminum, to fuse that oxidation line closed on the backside.
And Gabe said the 101 class is great. He learned tons.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Tom Stewart.
Hey, Tom.
Here.
Tom made it, yeah.
Yeah, he said he wanted to say hi. He and Jess are in Detroit this weekend. Also, happy belated anniversary, I think. Yesterday was their anniversary.
I think so.
Yeah, it's this week.
I don't know. I'm bad with dates.
I know, me too. And it's the part that I will remember, though, is they're 15 years more than us. So
Yeah.
we hit 15, they were 30. So that's cool.
Well, if you get bored in Detroit,
yeah, we're just
drive down. Yeah, 5 hours down.
Just be careful not to go to Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeremy also said he had 47,000 people watching that video in 60
nice.
minutes for the disc, and that the disc works fabulous.
Well, thank you. And I plan to do some like instructional videos on the shrinking disc, like what is the disc, how does it work, and show some in progress techniques and stuff, but I need a panel to do. Like I'm not just gonna take something and put a big dent in it and fix it for the fun of it. So when that time comes, I'll definitely do some videos on it, but I do appreciate you doing a review on it and getting a lot of traction for it.
That's awesome. Green Thumb said, how much would a rough idle cost to fix?
I don't know, like engine rough idle?
That's what I was thinking, but yeah, Green Thumb, maybe if you could expand on what you mean.
Yeah, just, I don't want to give bad advice, but if it's mechanical stuff, I don't do any of that here other than on my own personal stuff.
Yeah, he said, they said yes.
Yeah, I mean, that could be anything. I mean, it could be valves, it could be carburetor, it could be EFI if you've got that, it could be the distributor, it could be so many things. Like you just have to start running diagnostics on it to kind of figure out. It could be plugs, plug wires. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to begin on telling you how to do that on something else. Just because I struggle with that here, always chasing down mechanical issues on my personal stuff.
Yeah. Jeremy is giving Don his YouTube so he can handle, so they can watch the video, which is cool. And Jeremy also said, same thing you said, like it's an A to Z topic for sure.
Yeah.
So it could be a lot of different things. And Green Thumb said they cleaned the MAF sensor.
Mass airflow.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's an EFI setup. So that's a whole different ball game.
Did you? Because you had EFI on the Daytona, right?
Yeah, but it was like a carburetor style injector. This sounds like an aftermarket or like an OEM style computer.
Yeah, fancy.
And, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't like computers. You always have like weird electrical issues with
everything.
Like I think we've got that with the bus, right? No, transmission.
Yeah, transmission with the bus.
Yeah.
But everything likes to drain batteries around here.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. It's the ghosts.
Yeah, we just live in a vortex, an energy suck.
What's the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah, because this year we had to put a battery in my Super Duty. I need to put a battery in my F-150. We had to put a battery in the Daytona before I sold it to Nick. The ambulance, I put 2 new batteries in. The race trailer, I put 2 new batteries in it.
That's all this year.
And that's just this year.
Yeah.
And I put a battery in the MGA.
Yeah.
So, lots of batteries.
Green Thumb says they love the Mustang.
Oh, thank you.
And then Caden Polk says, is .090 wall aluminum workable thickness for a Lakester body? Tight radius corners, for example.
What was the material? 0.090? That's a little on the thick side. You could do it if you've got a power hammer. If you're going to be hand shrinking and stretching that, it's going to fight you the whole way. 063 is kind of ideal. And that'll be rigid enough but thin enough to be workable. So if I were building that body, I would use 3003 H14, which is a half-hardened alloy. It's very shapeable, not prone to cracking, but polishable, and 063, so 16 gauge. That's what I would use.
Yeah. Cool. Rick Nichols said, really? All those batteries. Jeremy said that's a laptop hookup. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to hook a laptop up to it and diagnose.
For the idle thing. Gotcha. Yeah. Dennis wants to know on the ambulance if we have an update. I did make a TikTok on it and put it on my page, but I can send you the video. But it's just that tour of the inside.
Yeah, let's do an outside tour because it's still sunny outside.
Yeah. Can we?
Yeah. Hopefully we shouldn't lose Wi-Fi, so we'll have to pick up.
It should be good.
If we lose you, we'll apologize now.
Yeah, in advance. We could probably show the inside.
Yeah, we can do all of it. So the ambulance we did, you can walk.
I know, I was waiting for you. I didn't know what you were doing.
We did most of it pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then we lost all the footage. That's a whole different issue. But we had done a bunch of videos following up on it.
Yeah, let's start with the back. You've got a couple other questions though too.
Okay, ask those questions.
Jeremy wants to know thought on 5052 aluminum or 5051?
5052 is fine. It'll hold a shine better. It's a little bit harder to work, but it's fine.
And then Todd Henry said he received his shrinking disc Monday. Thanks, great and excellent quality.
Yeah, thank you.
And someone else said GE CTEK chargers are similar and install charger connectors on the cars.
Yeah, because I usually put battery tenders on everything to keep
Yeah.
the charge up, but they just crap out around here, so I don't know what it is. So with the bus, we put a bunk in here, and we'll go in a minute. So there's our bed, freshwater tank, some storage, and then here's the back of the refrigerator. And I put these windows in. So for you guys that don't know, the ambulance we bought and converted to a motorhome. So it's got a 7.3 diesel in it, so we can pull one of the little trailers if we want to go racing and not take the big trailer and be me, Jamie, and the dogs. So we can take the little bus.
And because then he wants me to drive it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's a
then
real reason.
put better sliding windows in the back.
Yeah, get
and
some
then
airflow.
Yep, and re-gasketed everything so it's nice and watertight.
Oh
and,
yeah, we got a backup camera.
Yep. So I took all the lights off the back, and I had these little aluminum blanks laser cut. They're aluminum. The middle one's steel, so we could get the magnetic backup camera stuck on there. Put new LED brake lights on.
Yeah, because some of those covers were
Yeah, they were cracked. So this is our propane storage. So we have a propane tank for the tankless water heater and a backup for the generator. And then this is our water fill.
Someone has a welding question too.
Yep, so our water pump and our water fill is in here. All right, what's the welding question?
Outshine Copper said, sorry if he's asking too many questions. You're not, it's fine. But could you please describe your welder and gas settings for welding 063 aluminum sheet?
So I would have about 20 on our flow meter, 100% pure argon, 1/16 red band, tungsten, probably a number 7 or a number 8 cup, bald tungsten, and about 70 amps is where I would start. And just make sure it's nice and clean.
Let's go around to there's all these little containers, little cabinets.
What?
There's all these little cabinets.
Yep. And then we just have a Predator 5,000 watt generator, and it's remote. We can start it from the inside. And this is just an exhaust fan that I put in. And when the generator comes on, it kicks that fan on to pull heat and any remnant exhaust out of this compartment so it doesn't flood the inside of the bus with carbon monoxide.
So we don't die.
But I put a exhaust on it that comes out and it vents outside. And then these are our fresh air inlets so it circulates air through. This is our tankless water heater for a shower. So it just all plugs in, runs off the generator. This is a shower tip, so it just pops up out here. And then we can take nice lukewarm showers.
Yeah.
It doesn't really get super hot, but.
And we kind of had the realization too with when we had the RV is that like if we go to a campground, I'm showering at the shower house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
so mainly the shower is just going to be like for boondocking at El Mirage.
Yeah.
And we just want to rinse off at the end of the day. So this is where I put all of our electric. So I rewired the whole thing, 110 and our 12 volt system. So we've got our disconnect, so it'll automatically switch from shore power to generator power. Everything's here, self-contained. Our main shore power line drops out the bottom. And we'll show the cabinets.
And because how long is this?
The box is probably 14 feet.
Yeah, a lot easier to maneuver than a 48-foot trailer.
Yeah, so this is actually shorter than my truck. So one of the new batteries I just put in and battery charger I left in here. So this is storage and we can access it from the front. And then this is just extra storage. There's nothing in there but junk. Oh, Jamie left the window open.
Oh, Jamie left the window open. I better shut it. Good thing it rained today.
Yep, good thing.
Good thing.
Yep, so nothing super fancy. The floor was done when I got it, so we didn't do any of that. Left the majority of the cabinets because they were in good shape and nice and clean. Just took some of the cabinets out here to put a TV in, so framed this out. Used plywood, got everything painted. changed some of the lights around in here so it all works off of this main junction box here. The power is turned off, so none of it's on. Yep.
Fridge is down there.
Yep. So the fridge is on a locking slider. It comes out. We can get into it.
And it's basically a plug-in cooler.
Yeah.
So we took it to, well, you took it to Bonneville and El Mirage.
And El Mirage.
So then he never had to like get ice or anything. He just plugged it into the truck and it kept all.
Yeah, and it's 110 and 12 volt. So this comes up and there's storage under here. And then I've replaced all the little pull down latches. So we've got storage in all of these cabinets. Built Jamie a little fold up desk if she decides to work while we're on our trip. And put a new roof unit on it. So we've got heat and air conditioning here. And then here are those cabinets that we showed from the outside. So there's our sweet porta potty and microwave. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Oh, Dennis asked if we had, Dennis, the water showed again, but
Yep.
it's under the bed in the back.
Yep, under the bed in the back.
So yeah, we don't have like running, like a sink in here or like running water, because kind of the same thing. I feel like we learned a lot with our first RV.
Yep.
Was that
we didn't really use it. We used the bathroom and the shower.
Right.
We had never used
And the air
space
conditioning.
Yeah. And that's why we figured we could get by with a much smaller camper,
Yeah.
because we didn't use all the space we had. Mainly it was we were in there to sleep or to get somewhere. We weren't hanging out in the
Yeah, because
motorhome.
we're not like going to a campground and
Yeah.
camping out for
Yeah,
a
so there's the
weekend.
water tank. Yeah, so our fill comes in, and then this is a overflow vent, and then just the, I forget what they call this vent, but it's, so it'll not collapse this. It's a one-way air vent.
Oh.
Yeah, they called it like a burbler or gurgler, I don't know,
Yeah.
something. So,
Yeah,
yep.
so there's not just all negative pressure and
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because we take, when we were taking the RV out, it was really more for like traveling than.
Yep. Yeah,
So
like
s-
somewhere to sleep on the trip and a base camp. And then from there it was just go everywhere.
And that's why we wanted a diesel too, and that's kind of
Yeah.
how we landed on an ambulance to begin with. What year is this again?
2001.
Oh, I thought it was in like a 95. But that's an old RV.
Yeah. Yep. So I still need to take the front lights off. I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna take these marker lights off. Kind of the same thing I did before. I'll just make aluminum covers for it, make sure they're sealed up and block it off. But yeah, we took it to New Jersey last year and it did good. Found a couple things we need to iron out. Just go through the front steering. We're gonna put new tires on it because these are a little bit older. And yeah, then we're ready to go anywhere.
Yeah, because I think it's only got like 160,000 miles on it.
I think it's less than that.
Less than that. That's
Yeah.
what I looked at the other day. But the thing with ambulances too, which is why a lot of people do it, is they just idle.
Well, and they're built better. Like
Right.
yeah, like most motorhomes are just plywood and lumber. I've seen pictures of these upside down on their roof, and they're not all collapsed in or exploded. When I had the inside apart, it's 2x3, 120 wall, rectangle tube framework, skinned in 1/8" aluminum. So I feel a lot safer about that than I do a plywood motorhome.
Hold on. Dennis wants to know what the front says. Let's show him again.
Slightly inappropriate, but funny.
Typical.
Yeah. Yeah, so it says slambulance backwards, so you'll see it in your rearview mirror normal way.
The other part that hopefully won't happen to us, but other people have said in ambulance conversion groups, is that like literally people like will have an emergency and come running over to them because they
Yeah.
don't realize. But at least we're blue,
Yeah,
so I feel like that's better.
yeah, and that's why I wanted to make sure to take as many of the lights off as we could, just
Yeah.
so it doesn't look as much like an ambulance. It
Yeah.
looks more like an FBI van.
Yeah, SWAT van.
Yeah, SWAT van. So yeah, that's the ambulance. We'll probably do a better video on it
Yeah.
before winter, before it gets too cold.
Yeah.
And we're glad we didn't lose you guys, because I didn't know how
Yeah,
the
I
service
think
would work.
We lost like one bar when we were in the ambulance,
Oh,
so that
good.
wasn't too bad. So hopefully you guys didn't notice too much of a quality difference.
Yeah. So if you guys have questions, make sure to get those questions in, because
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you got questions, get questions.
Yeah.
If not, I'm just going to keep rambling about nothing.
Yeah. Restoration Revival said it's interesting to see how you set up campers slightly different in the U.S. compared to Australia. So I'm curious to know what they do differently than what we do. But,
Yeah.
But that one, I would say like with most camper conversions or ambulance conversions, it's either that setup or a lot of people do like a bed on the wall.
Yeah, like a flip down.
A flip down bed. And then we did see one, but I don't remember. Do you remember the one with the bathroom in the back?
Yeah, that one was pretty cool.
But where did they put the bed?
The bed was like forward of it. So the whole bed was moved forward like 2 feet, and then you just had a stand-in shower in the back door. So it was kind of neat, but it would have been a lot more work for us.
Yeah.
And this was just quick, easy, because like I said, it's similar to what the race trailer is. The race trailer has a shower, a toilet in the bathroom, and then a sink for washing our hands at the racetrack, and a bed and an air conditioner.
Yeah.
You know, just minimal, because that's really all we need. We just need a place to cool off, have somewhere to put some food and drinks, and sleep.
And get out of the sun.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And Art Man said it's supper time, which
Yeah, it's getting there.
we were getting there. Right before we went live, I said, where are you going to take me for dinner? So I don't know what we're doing yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet. Yep, so now that there's more people here, don't forget that tomorrow is garage night if you're planning on coming. If not, hopefully you can come to another garage night event later on in the year. We've only got October and December left, so we got 2 left for the year. So, you guys have any questions?
I'll see. I don't have anything coming in quite yet.
No?
Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and let us know what you think about doing the Patreon thing again. Like we
talk about
we
that
kind
a
of put that on hold, just because there was so much stuff going on with Dom trying to get caught up and figure out which things worked, and I didn't feel that it was fair to our subscribers on Patreon, so we put that on pause. But I'm thinking about changing it. Like right now we have 3 tiers. I'm thinking about dropping that down to 2 tiers and just have a supporting tier where you get a discount on the web store, and it just helps, your support helps support the channel directly. And then do one that has the discount code. We'll still do the meet and greet, but it'll also have the podcast. So we'll come back doing the podcast, and that'll be the only place you can hear or see the podcast is through Patreon. So let us know what you guys think of that idea. We do have a lot of requests for the podcast to come back, so we could try to do it that way. There's just only so much we can do, and we're trying to focus on what you guys want and benefit from the most.
Yeah, find that balance.
Yep.
JRE said, where are we located?
We are in Milford, Ohio, which is a suburb of the Cincinnati area. So we have the 275 loop that runs around the city. We are on the northeast side of Cincinnati, right off of that loop.
Yeah. Restoration Revival said they saw a good camper where the bed hoisted down from the roof, so it left you more floor space. Yeah, I've seen those too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen that one, but then that's a lot more work, and we don't really need the floor space, because if we're going somewhere, we're driving.
Yeah. Gabe was going to ask about the podcast. I'll have to find that platform. Yeah, so it should be is it in your link tree?
Yes, I mean, you can, like currently for all the back episodes, you can go to whichever podcast player you've got, Spotify, iHeartRadio,
Apple Podcasts,
and you can just type in the Fabrication Station, and it will bring that right up. But those, we haven't done one in probably over a year.
For sure.
So those are all older back issues, and if we do the Patreon thing, it'll be all new issues, or episodes, I guess, not issues.
Yeah.
It'll be me and Jamie. We'll answer your guys' questions, and we will still have guest speakers on to discuss those questions and have probably weekly discussion points. It'll be similar but a little bit different, but it'll be more private. So if you don't want to ask questions on here for everybody to be part of and see who asked it, you can do that, and we can answer that on the podcast, get into deeper dives into business questions and just life in general, as well as cars, racing, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Dennis said he'd love to make it, but he's too old for a 10-hour drive. But thank you, Dennis, for supporting us.
Yeah, 10-hour drive, come on.
Yeah, that's less than a day.
Yeah.
Jerry says they live in Idaho, so we'll be watching as much as possible, which that is just awesome on itself. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, especially out there, because it's, what, 5:30 here, so it's 3:30 in Idaho?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I appreciate you joining in early in the day.
Yeah. And Gabe said he wants to know if Noah will be on it. I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, I'm sure you could ask him.
Yeah, Noah would probably be down. I don't know, it's kind of hard logistically to get Noah every time. So we would...
We are time zones too.
Yeah, the time zone issue, like that was kind of one of the problems before. It was just making sure we could always hit those and get enough questions. So he might not be on every time. It might be me and Jamie a lot of times, but we would still try to have as many guests as we could.
Yeah. And then Landon Sellers just said something silly. Sometimes they like to use big words they don't understand to try to make themselves sound more photosynthesis.
So, us?
Yes. No, they do.
Oh, okay.
No, they do. Okay, so we are close on time. Does anyone have any last minute
Yeah,
questions?
get your last minute questions in.
Oh, there's a fly in here.
Yeah, so just web store update stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We have hats, we have t-shirts, we have posters. All the shirts are up to stock. Got plenty of tools in stock. I just sent out another batch of radius gauges they came in today, took them to the powder coater. Hopefully I'll have them next week and then out to the engraver. So we've got plenty in stock, but I'm always keeping that up to date. Make sure if you're in Australia and you want me to bring tools when I come to Sydney, hit me up so I can make sure to set that stuff aside for you so we make sure you get it. I don't know how many tools I can take, just trying to figure out logistically what the import tax and all that stuff's gonna be to get it there, plus the freight. So I don't want to take 100 of everything and then sell 2 of each and have to send it back. So we're trying to get our quantities as close to selling outable as we can. That way we don't have to pay return freight on it. So if you're interested, make sure to hit me up and I'll make sure to label it for you and it'll be set aside. So that's t-shirts, tools, anything we sell other than frame rails and roof inserts, we will bring with us to Australia. So there's all of that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else important going on. The newsletter came out.
Yeah.
If you guys got the newsletter, let me know what you thought about it. It was more of a Bonneville episode, and it had a lot of information about everything going on. Update on the car. She can show you through there. It's tucked away in the back, but I think I got all the salt off of it.
Whoa.
I've washed and washed and washed. It's been almost a month. Took stuff out, but I think I got it all. I'm sure I'll find more. But now that it's clean, we can start making our game plans to get it ready for next year. And we have to get the red car ready too.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
I think that's the biggest updates I got.
Let's just wrap it up. We don't have anything.
Yeah, no more questions?
Yeah, Gabe just said thank you and enjoy dinner. So
Yeah,
thank you,
well,
Gabe,
thanks.
for joining
And
me.
if you guys need frame rails, not trying to be pushy on this stuff, but I will be gone all of October and a little bit of November for this Australia trip. So don't wait until October to say, hey, I need frame rails right now.
Because you ain't getting them.
You ain't getting them. I'm telling everybody that buys a decent amount of frame rails or has been on the fence about getting a set, get those orders in so I can get them shipped out before I head out of town. If not, you're going to be waiting till middle of November. So keep that in mind. Same thing with tools, signing up for stuff. Anything that has to be shipped out, make sure you get to me as soon as you can. That way we can get it out to you before I leave.
Yeah, we might actually have to put the store on vacation mode for once. We've never done that before because we always try to do our best to figure it out.
Yeah, so
But
yeah, make sure to do that. We do have, I'm still working with Josh Shaw to get some posters made and some new sticker designs, working on t-shirts. We've got our baseball tees are in stock, ready to ship out. We've sold a few of those. So if you like the 3/4 length, nice soft cotton baseball tees, those are in stock, ready to go. For everybody that's still on here, let us know what you think of this audio quality with our new mic setups. I'm hoping it's a lot better. Had a couple people at the beginning say it sounded good. Just trying to update our equipment to get you guys the best results we can.
Yeah, so thank
So
you.
last chance for questions or we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Yeah, GRE said have a safe trip. Restoration Revival said if they were closer to Sydney, they'd want a shrinking disc. Axel Foley said thanks for taking the time, and same for Todd Henry, much appreciated. And Dennis said thanks, enjoy dinner.
Yep, and we will. And we will see you guys next Thursday, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time for Live and Dirty at 5:30. So thank everybody for watching. All the continued support on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're working on our TikTok. So thank you so much for all the support on all the platforms. It's greatly appreciated. And we're going to keep pumping out content to hopefully get you guys more of what you want to see, get back on track with normal, longer format videos, trying to figure out kind of where Dom left off and where we need to pick up. So that's the plan. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for checking out this live event. We will see you next Thursday. And again, thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you later.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Bye.